Hello!
Hello.
Welcome to Alice and Anna.
Welcome. My name is Alice.
I'm Anna.
And welcome to Thoughts?
Question mark? On today's thoughts, uni. Thoughts? Question mark?
Anna, what are your thoughts on uni?
What a love and hate relationship.
That's a good way to describe it.
I love being a student. I'm really scared of not being a student. I don't really dream often, but when I do, it's nightmares, and one of them is just leaving uni. But at the same time, it's like, uni. I don't know if it's our uni or if it's the structure of learning. I don't know what it is.
I 100% agree. Like, being a student, I love it. Every minute of it, I'm just like, it's amazing. Like, as you said, I'm so scared to leave uni. I'm already thinking, like, should I do a master's? Should I do another degree? Like,
what about a master's, a PhD, then another master's, and then some other... Why not another BA?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, you know? So, like, I'm loving it. It's really great. The learning part of it.
I love student lifestyle.
Yes.
Like, being able to, get discounts on everything, especially in a city that's so expensive like London.
Yes.
And, like, cancel tax exception. If you earn this amount of money, then you don't have to pay taxes, and you're like, great. Then I also love the fact that it's like, oh, I'm going to an exhibition, and I can go at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. when nobody is there, so everything is pretty free. Like, I love it so much, and I don't know if I'm ready to let go of that.
Yeah.
Especially because of the pandemic, we are not doing anything
it that much. Yeah.
So I'm like, I want to go to Thorpe Park and I want to do this and I want to do that, but we can't. And I'm so scared of the fact that at some point we're gonna have to be those adults that have to wait for the weekend and then have to do like massive lines, so they don't actually get to like enjoy it as much, and that scares the crap out of me. I'm not going to lie.
The structure of university, specifically how students are being treated within the university.
Yeah, that I don't like.
We are not humans. Oh,
yeah.
Them, you know. That's
yeah, those guys.
Those guys.
We're treated as objects. We're treated as wallets.
Yes. Oh, yes, we are.
We just give them our cash and they're like, okay, you move there, you move there. You do this. Bye. And you're like, what? What's going on? Like, it's so weird because it's self-directed studies, and like that's the way the UK studies. I go to class. Oh, I really hope my parents aren't watching this. I think I might go to class way more than... Because in Mexico, like, you have to understand, if you have 4 subjects or like classes or whatever, each semester, you go 3 times a week per class. And they're like an hour and a half long or 3 hours. Here, it's like, I go to class maybe like 15 hours a week, if not less. I think that's me being really, really nice, actually. I think we go 12 or 11. Yes.
That's insane, because also, like, in my case, luckily this year is a little bit more like heavy, so we go to uni like 18 hours a week, which is nice. But then for council tax letter, it says that blah blah blah, the student blah 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 in this course goes to uni and receives like 22.5 hours a week at least.
It says that?
Yeah, and I'm like,
check my letter.
And that made me wonder, like, where do I get those hours from? And then, you know how we have like independent study? When it's literally like you just have access to a room?
Not anymore.
Is that like legal? Or is this like some nasty trick? Like, could you actually, am I receiving teach time?
So my parents were like, how often do you go to class? And I was like, 23 hours a week. And they're like, 23? That's nothing. And I was like,
It was funny, actually. Like, my mom, she started her own company, and I'm helping her out with like design and whatever, all those like creative things. And she wanted me to edit like a small video for her, and I was like, oh, no problem, like we can do this right now, because I was sitting at my laptop. And I did it in like 5-6 minutes, because it was a really, really small video. She wanted 1 cut, and she was like, wow, that's so amazing that you know how to do this. I'm so proud of you. Like, I guess we're not wasting our money by sending you to such an expensive university. And I felt so bad, and I couldn't tell her that that's actually like I learned this by
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah, I don't have the heart to tell my parents
Exactly.
about school. Whenever we call each other on the weekends, it's just like me telling them about what I've done other than uni.
As you said, we are treated as like wallets, and it's really frustrating, especially like right now with the whole pandemic thing, that we don't have access to uni. And as international students, we pay a lot of money overall, plus even like normal home students and EU students, we pay like half of our tuition goes into library and workshops and just studio spaces and
So facilities overall.
facilities, yeah. And like now not having access to them without being at least partially refunded, I'm not saying give me all of my money or 50%, like 5% would have been at least something, you know. I wouldn't feel as angry as I feel right now. If I wanted to go to an online university, I would have done that in the first place, you know. If like one of the main reasons why I was like UEL is amazing is because I saw the facilities, I was like amazing, like I have access to all of this, I'm gonna use it as much as I can, and right now I cannot do that.
The thing that I do like about uni though. So my sister was telling me how my group of friends, to her it kind of looks like we're in a Friends episode, and I love that. And the thing is, we wouldn't be able to have that relationship or that sort of interaction if we were adults, because uni allows us to like pull all-nighters, then the next day just sit around each other like as if we were hangover, or actually get drunk and then get like pretend to be and then be hangover. Like uni allows you to do so many things that when you're an adult, you first of all have no longer energy because you're dead,
you know, because we have so much free time. Like I have Wednesdays and Fridays completely off, like full day free, you know. Like technically I'm supposed to be studying, but instead I can just like talk to my friends, you know. We can play games, we can call each other. Well, we used to go out, we used to visit places.
Yeah, we used to go to like a lot of galleries and have a lot of people over. Like almost every Saturday we had like a party, like an official party, drinking.
Plus you have like something in common with like it's easier to become friends when you kind of like have the same field of interest, and you have like
and you're forced to interact.
Yeah, you're forced to interact. It's like, oh, what's the homework? Like, oh, did you do this? Did you do that? Oh, by the way.
That shared bond of like, I didn't do the homework, oh my god, me neither.
Yeah.
Is so strong.
One of the main reasons why Anna and I became friends is because we both were dying. And we both were like, well, this sucks. Yeah, it does. I'm like, oh, you feel this way too?
No
Good job, buddy. I think it's like when you work, you're kind of forced to be friends with someone. It's like, I'm just gonna be nice to you because we work together. Otherwise it sucks. In uni, you still have the choice to, if you don't want to be friends with anyone, you can be. You can still interact, but you don't have to be friends.
So there's so many people, you can just switch friends.
Or you can switch, yeah. It's like if you're not friends with someone, that's okay because you have like 50 other people to kind of get to know and choose from.
I love being a student.
It's very cool.
I don't want it to end.
I don't want it to end. You know how people say, oh, student years are the best years of your life. No. That is true.
And the funny thing is, we're not like fancy students. Like, we didn't have a bucket like until a month ago.
A full year.
Like, we are not students that like, well, we're students that go to our sleep early just to not have to pay for dinner because we have no more money that month. We're not fancy students, but there's something in that is so beautiful and I don't want to let it go.
No, I love it. I love the student lifestyle. I love that sometimes like I have no choice but to eat some noodles for like
it's always instant
just a week of instant noodles, one meal a day, chug it with some water and an apple. Healthy meal. That's a healthy lifestyle. I love, that's amazing. Like it's so, I feel alive.
Or putting all of your budget into alcohol.
Yeah, like it's a smart choice. It makes sense. About that, I was talking to my mom and my mom was like, oh, actually you need to buy like another blanket because like adults have 2 blankets, one for summer, one for winter.
They do?
Yeah, apparently. And I was like, oh, like that's crazy. And I was like, I think I'm not gonna do that because like I am a student and I don't have the funds to do that. And my mom was like, oh, okay, well that's your decision. And then she was like, so you have the money to buy all this alcohol like every 2 weeks, but you don't have the money to buy a blanket? I was like,
she called you out.
You didn't have to do that.
She went for you. So in conclusion, being a student is promoted by alcoholism and it is fun.
It is. I think
But also depressing at the same time. Beautiful. Like
Yes.
life.
Yeah, oh my god.
I'm just having some knowledge.
Wow. I think it's also like being a uni student is a perfect representation of being like in your early 20s.
Yeah.
Because like you're not a kid anymore, but you're also not an adult. And the same
And
with,
people
like,
treat you that way.
Yeah, people treat you exactly the same
as
way.
like a funny adult. They
Yeah.
treat you as like you can't do anything, you can't make any decisions, but also you're on your own.
That's such a good position because sometimes I can play the kid card and I'm like, oh, I didn't know. And sometimes I'm like, I'm an adult, I know what I'm doing. And it's such a comfortable place. Like after I graduate, I won't be able to be like, oh, I didn't know, I'm just a kid.
Well, those are our thoughts on being a student in university. Hope this didn't inspire you to go into alcoholism and it actually inspired you to go study. When you're studying, it's gonna mark the way that your 20s is gonna go. So if you're happy about not having a bucket for a year, or you're happy when you finally get a bucket and you're like, achievement, I think you're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
So, or that's what I tell myself. Please let us know where you study at, or if you have any thoughts. If you haven't subscribed, also subscribe.
Yes, please.
That would make us really happy.
Treat our mental illness, please, by giving us validation.
Hey, you did not have to say that. We upload every Monday and Thursday, so don't forget to check out those videos, and we will see you soon. Goodbye.
Bye!